Hi guys, Jade Morris here with the one and only Dan Hardy. Dan, it's great to see you. UFC London's just come to a close. What were your thoughts on the fights?
They were amazing. There was some really clean striking, really clean knockouts. Obviously, Gunnar Nelson's submission was amazing as well. Some good back and forth fights. Yeah, I think we had a complete night of fights. A real good variety of mixed martial arts.
And what did you think of Jimmy Manuel? Obviously, a lot of people expected Corey Anderson to be able to take him down, and he stuffed just like every single one of his takedowns. Did you expect that?
I didn't, to be honest. I thought he was going to have to fight his way off the fence at least a couple of times, but I think, to be honest, as soon as the fight had started, Corey seemed a bit... he was tentative, he was kind of holding back a little bit, and I think that's because he's aware of how powerful Jimmy is. And sometimes when you can back somebody up against the fence and make them nervous, they'll shoot out of panic, and it's easier to predict. And I think Jimmy was just able to predict when he was going to shoot because he could see he was panicked. So I thought he looked very good. I thought he looked calm. I thought he certainly looked like a title contender. And his knockout power is unbelievable.
And obviously we had an emotional night as well. It's Brad Pickett's final fight. Yeah, we've got this here, Last Dance. You know, what were your thoughts on that fight? Or do you think maybe he was a bit too emotional going in because he looked like he was about to cry on his way to the octagon?
Yeah, you know, I thought after the first two rounds, I thought he held it together really well. I don't really think that the emotion had anything to do with the finish, to be honest. I think it was just the way it played out. You know, I mean, Chito's a very confident young man. I think he lost the first two rounds purely because he was a bit overwhelmed by the emotion of the event. He could feel obviously the amount of fan support behind Brad, and he's a big fan of Brad. You could see it in his post-fight interview. He's very emotional. So I think he held back a little bit the first two rounds and didn't show his full potential. And then he went back to his corner at the end of the second round. And Colin Oyama said, "You're fighting one guy. You're not fighting all of these people." And it just seemed to change something in his head. And he seemed a bit looser in the third round. He was a bit snappier with his striking. And by that point, Brad had won two rounds, but he was slowing down a little bit. So, yeah.
Regardless of the loss, I think everyone's just a fan of Brad. I mean, how can you not like Brad? He's just such a wonderful guy. Yeah. Obviously, he mentioned, there's a new wave of talent coming in. We've got, Jacasey, we've got Arnold Allen. What did you think of them fights, especially Jacasey? That was an amazing fight.
Yeah, I think they were both awesome. I mean, Arnold Allen, I was very impressed with him because he was fighting, Amir Khani, who's 3-0 in the UFC. He's got so many first-round, I think 10 first-round stoppages. He's a very dangerous fighter. And I think Arnold Allen showed a lot of maturity tonight. I mean, obviously, Mark Jacasey, it's easy to point at that kid and say he's something special because he is. He came out super relaxed, throwing all kinds of spinning kicks and looking really comfortable in there. And then just that one single shot when Teemu Packalén started to panic and push forward, kind of like the Manuel Corey Anderson fight. He just saw his opportunity and took it. And it's, I always like those really clean, precise knockouts.
It's obviously a great night of fights, but let's talk about you a second. So we've got your book coming out March 23rd. Is it going to feel weird that book's going to be coming out soon? Yeah.
The idea that it's going to start getting delivered to people's houses and people are going to be reading it is strange. I mean, I've worked really hard on it, myself and my friend Paul. We really put a lot of time into it, and I'm happy with the finished product, but it's a very personal thing. A lot of people are going to know me a lot better than they do now, and I think it's going to lead to some interesting conversations.
And the one thing people have been asking me is what the part reptile means, but you said we'll have to read the book, right, to find out?
Yeah, well, I hope the book explains it. It's to do with the reptilian brain and how it influences when we're fighting and other times in our life and my relationship with it.
And so we look forward to reading your book, and thank you so much for talking to us.
No worries, good to see you. Thank you.